cover. Take my word for it. There is no such thing as a jinx.
We think it's good luck to have you here with us.
I thought so too, but there sure is a lot of evidence on the other side. And I was trying so hard to make everybody like me.
So this pops up in my Discord yesterday, 12:38 p.m. Okay, I have something to say. And I look at the top of this and I see multi-server strategic compact. All right, well, this is kind of interesting. Okay, participating servers, 1145, 48, 49, 50, 51, 53. I don't see a 46 in there, which was interesting because we'd been talking to 1145 and 1148 for the entire preseason and thought we had some good relationships there. So in reading this, it was a bit of a surprise for us. We thought that we were in pretty good shape until about 1 o'clock yesterday. And this is before the groupings had been announced. So this was all absolutely new to us. And you can imagine what our surprise was. Even the person sharing this was shocked that we hadn't heard anything about it because Shirk and I are pretty good at what we do. We're very loyal. We really follow through. And I mean, we will give our all to defend or to fight. And this was seen throughout any of the alliance wars that had happened, server wars, everything. And so we had built a really good relationship with a number of people in Arena and always talked about, hey, when season 1 comes up, won't that be cool if we're in the same group and we can all work together? So people like Justice, Uni, Face Puncher, Sod, Bevins, all these guys. And what, again, to remember and realize is that none of them were R5s. They didn't have any authority, even if they wanted to make a deal with us. And so when I was talking, I thought, oh, hey, this is something that will happen. This is going to be awesome. But I had forgotten again that I wasn't talking to R5s. They couldn't make those deals. And so I was I felt a little out in the cold yesterday. I tried to contact a bunch of people and weren't getting feedback because the groupings hadn't come out yet. But that left us a bit out in the cold. Something else to realize at this time is that we were on or going into day number 111. And we've always anticipated, okay, day 120 is when it starts. So we thought it would give us like a week or so to prepare. And so we always kind of did in our minds like, oh, okay, 9 days are left. But what actually happens is it doesn't always start on day 120, which absolutely makes sense because there's multiple servers that have to be taken into account. So we weren't ready when for the drop of the drop of the season 1 splash screen. This came up out of nowhere. We weren't ready for it. Apparently the people who made the server merger or the server pact, they were ready for it. And so that kind of shows you again that you need to be on top of this from day one. We were not. And when we clicked on it, it gave us the opportunity to see our grouping. And so in going through our grouping, we had the 1144, 53, 46, 56, 48, 49, 43, 50. So we noticed quickly, I mean, I think there's 5 servers on that list, on that pact that are together in this grouping. We also realized that some of our people that we had talked to are not in this grouping. And so that caused a little bit of panic. I was obviously really hoping for Bevins because that would have been huge. Not that he was a guarantee or anything, but dude, that would have just been awesome to get Bevins. And then also we did not get 1145, which is Unhai and Face Puncher, which again, while we go back and forth in Arena, I think that there's enough respect that we would figure something out. So I had to do some scrambling because I didn't have and don't have anybody in most of these servers, most all of these servers. This will be something new to me. So my goal last night was to just start going through, and my goal was to find the people who had the coolest PFP, and those were the people that I wanted to team up with. So that was my goal last night. And so in going through this, I realized it was not that much of a goal. I decided that I would go over to each one and I would start looking at their server, and I would start looking at their R5s and just kind of see like, all right, man, who are we at? Where are we at? Oh, I thought I went over. Let me try that again. So I decided that I would head over there. It says we're in there. I go to my rankings. I look this up and I start looking through. So I look at the members and bam, this one right away. I knew I had to be teamed up with Wilson. That if you see this face coming in, that is somebody that you should team up with. And so Wilson was the first person I reached out to. Plus, he wasn't on that pact. And so I thought, man, I could grab somebody from outside the pact. This will be great. And Wilson actually got back to me pretty quick. And we worked something out. I felt good about it because I trust that PFP. And every time I look at it, I'm going to be like, man, I am inspired. Man, me and Wilson, we are going to drop people. And so Wilson backed me. And in talking to Wilson, I wanted to make sure that I didn't do anything that would go against his alliances that he had. And he said that he was in an alliance with somebody from 150. And when I asked, like, who are you in with 150? He let me know that it is... He let me know that it's GWR1. And later I would find out that they are the ones who actually wrote the pact. So he totally left me out. But I did get a hold of him and said, hey, you know what? I am going with Wilson because he has the most awesome PFP that I could find. And he said that he has an alliance with you. And I didn't want to cross Wilson or screw that up. So are we good? You know, like, what is this looking like? And of course he's like, yeah, hey, it's no problem, but just to let you know, my pact comes first. And that's fair. At least he was up front with me. So I don't even know how well that's going to really work out if we are in an alliance together, but his pact can come and beat the tar out of me. But that's okay. He was cool and he's with Wilson and I trust Wilson now. And so then after that, I said, I still need to find some more. I can't just have this, even if they're in a pact or not. I need to go and reach out and find somebody else that I can work with. And so then I started going through and it really was just, let's go find the coolest, best thing that just makes me happy when I look at it. So I came up and I was going through them. I said, all right, let's go check 1153. Check the rankings. I'm looking at this. So I'm going through and I said, what? Oh, dude, he changed it. All right. Yesterday, he was King Julian, and it was Julian on here, the little guy from freaking Madagascar, the move it guy that I love so much. It makes me so happy. When I looked at it, I said, that's the guy that I can trust. Now that he changed his PFP, I don't know, man. It's feeling a little sketchy all of a sudden, but I'm still going to stick with him. So I got a hold of King Julian, and King Julian is one of the nicer people. Again, this is why this game's amazing. And it's the same with Wilson. There are people from all over the world that are absolutely amazing. They are in different parts of the globe. They have different backgrounds. They have everything going on. And yet, oh, actually, you know what? I do have his picture. I'm going to bring that up. And yet they will take the time and share ideas. They'll share some things that they've worked on. And the things that King Julian have put together are absolutely incredible. I'll share a site with you in a little bit just to kind of show you some of his skill sets and also just, kind of the dedication that he has to his own server and his own alliance. It's really amazing. And this is not just me like blowing smoke, for King Julian. King Julian has been an absolute treat and a gem. He actually reached out to me in seeing one of the videos to let me know that I was making a mistake in the mud and that you could actually attack over and over again if you don't take damage. I didn't know that. I grew up in the Korean servers and I didn't learn because I couldn't hit translate fast enough, and they would just laugh at me because they thought it was funny to watch me just flail. But he has helped me out so much with different ideas and just being kind and reaching out. And so I was super excited to find that he had the opportunity to just take some time with me, sit and talk. And we did. And he was able to bring me in with in an alliance with them as well. Now, this again kind of goes back to the Cousin Oliver idea, and I'm okay with it because it's from Julian. But when we talked about it, we're like, all right, we'll put each other on our walls and show that we're an alliance. And so this is why I joke that we're like the Cousin Oliver. Not only are we left out on the pacts, but this was their announcement that we are together. Join our friendly alliance. We have experienced players ready to help. Academy Alliance, Go EZ, Go EW, server allies with 1148, 1149, 1150, 1151, and allied allies at 1146 Zion. We're the anomaly, but that's why I love him. He put it up there and he made that happen for us. And so I returned the same favor to these guys because I wanted them to see that I was serious and excited about it. And I can also show you that King Julian did change his picture, and I'm okay with it though. So this was my way of showing everybody that we were allies and buddies. And I put this up on my wall, on my memories wall, to show what we had for Season 1 allies. And as you can see, this was King Julian yesterday. So, I mean, dude, who would not want to partner with that? Of course I did. Actually, I didn't notice his eye was kind of scared. Well, I guess he's part zombie. Oh, I didn't see that. That's really scary. But still brought me in. And then Wilson, of course, just brings that in. And we have to go with the GWR. So we got these, and these are the Season 1 allies that we have so far. Now, I worked all night in reaching out to people and talking to people, and so many people that I wanted to team up with are already in that pact. There's not a lot you can do with that. Most of them are just like, oh, yeah, hey, if something falls apart or if something doesn't go right, we'll come and find you. But again, that just kind of leaves us on the outside. So the main people that we really wanted to get and still want to get, because I'm not 1,000% sure where we're settled, is we still want to absolutely get a hold of Zahn. And for me, the reason I wanted to get a hold of Zahn is somebody who actually really helped me when we broke off and started Zion. I did not name Zion after Zahn, but there were a couple of members in Zahn that had reached out to me and let me know that they went through something very similar in their server, and let me know that, like, there's a chance that things can turn around. There's a chance that this can work. Don't feel like it's going to be a total failure or anything like that. And so guys like Horace, I'm really thankful for, because when we broke off, it was pretty nerve-wracking. Just making sure, like, did I make a mistake? Am I leading people down the wrong way? And he actually reached out to me and just let me know that what we were doing was great. If we stuck to it, there's a chance that we could really help the server and show the server that, like, there is, a chance to change or a chance to bring things in and maybe unite some people that really wanted to play. And so I'd actually talked to him a few times. I brought him into Discord, everything else. And so it has been, it was always somebody that I was hoping that we could be in the same grouping with. And then when I noticed 1143 pop up, they were asleep at the time when it came up. So I had to wait until they woke up. And in doing so, that took me through the night and speaking with them. The other thing that you need to realize if you are getting ready for Season 1, and this was something that became absolutely obvious right away, is that you need to have a coordinator in Season 1 that knows what they're doing. You can't just have somebody that does not know what's happening. And I am somebody who almost knows kind of what's happening, but I don't know the intricacies. So I can't talk to these leaders and say, hey, yeah, we'll do this at this time and do these things. So we actually have a coordinator on ours. Now, we actually have two coordinators, but I have one main coordinator who is our mouthpiece, and I absolutely put all of my trust in her. What she says is binding, and it gives me the chance to just kind of open the door and get in there and build a relationship and then do a warm handoff with somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. Because if I was making deals, I would pretty much end up giving away everything and not realizing it, because I don't know what there is. And when you don't know, or when you know that you don't know, that's when you actually go and seek help. And so for me, Sister Divine Valkyrie has just been an absolute godsend for us. She actually just finished up Season 1 a couple of weeks ago, and she knows what's going on. When I talked to her and said, hey, I'm reaching out to Zahn, I'm reaching out to these guys, she's like, yeah, hey, no problem. Just let me know. I will go talk to them. I'll go take care of this. She wrote some things up, had some things ready, so she sounded like a professional. And you absolutely need somebody like this for season 1, unless you're one of these time travelers that has come back and you're just going to run the whole gamut yourself. Sister Divine is handling all of our coordination with this. So I do the introduction just because I know people. And when I say I know people, I've talked to people. And then just let them know, like, hey, this is what we're interested in. And then I turn them over to her so that she can actually coordinate what's going on. And that also then allows me to move on and get to somebody else. But it doesn't mean that I, cancel a friendship or am not going to talk to somebody. It just gives me more free time and free opportunity to be out there talking while she actually does the really the hard work. I mean, if you have not seen what season 1 looks like, what the map looks like, let me just show you something really quick, because it was a huge shock to me yesterday when I showed this and the reaction that I got. I realized that there are a lot of people that aren't ready for this. Now, this is a resource that was shared to me because I had just a blank sheet, but this resource was shared with me from King Julian yesterday. And again, I'm so thankful for him to share it with me, because none of us had access to something like this. But this is an interactive season 1 map. I can barely handle like 5 of these things, let alone making a plan for where everybody's going to be and what they're going to be doing. This is why somebody like Divine is so huge. And then also Envy. And I'll talk about him in just a second. But this is an interactive map that lets you know your buffs that you can get, gives you a roadmap, gives you everything. And then you can also share this with somebody else so that they can see it. It really is incredible. You can jump on there with the path, put alliance tags in there. Like, I mean, come on, man. This is about as good as it gets. And so in doing that, you can have and know where different people are. So I can just know, like, that is Team Zui and this is Team Utu. Okay, and they're going to be green, and let's go. And so these are the kind of resources that, again, somebody like King Julian could have just kept for himself. But almost kind of like a chef, or like if you've ever worked in the culinary world, when you're working around people that really love and enjoy what they're doing, they want to share it with others. And those are the people that you want to be around. And so those are the people you want to like team up with. Even if King Julian ends up turning around and kicking my teeth in, I'll still be thankful to him, because he has shown me things and opened things up to me that just really have made this more enjoyable. He's corrected me on things that I've made mistakes on. He has shown me, again, this resource right here. He's also shown me a second resource that I'll show you in a second that was creepy, but it was eye-opening with how much some people love the game. And so I will put this link in the description so that you have it, because I think everybody should have this and have something like this. The next thing that we know that we needed to do, and we're waiting to, we think we know what Zahn has said, but again, with the translations going back and forth, we don't know if we're fully in with them or not. I am obviously hoping that we are, because I thought we had some high five moments, but I think they went to sleep. And so hopefully I'll hear back from Zahn later. Horace, if you see this, please reach back out. I miss you. We'll talk. And I'm going to show you the next thing. Again, this is not just a full King Julian video, but dude, wait until you see this next one. So what I was going to share with you from King Julian, I wanted to get permission first. I realized that I should have gotten permission because it was something that he had created, and I don't know if he wants out there. So if I get permission from him, then I will send that out. Now, the other person that we have a person that works with Envy, or I'm sorry, a person that works with Divine Valkyrie, and that's Envy. Envy was somebody that teamed up with Envy on their other server and went through season 1, but he is our warlord. And what he has done to turn things around here and get things in order and just encourage people is yeoman's duty. I mean, it's been really, really impressive. He has been encouraging to everybody. He has gotten people ready for season 1. He has written up guides. I mean, the guides that he has created are incredible. So these are just some of the guides that he has put together, along with Divine, to get us ready for season 1. He's not being paid for it or anything else. This was just something that he has put together. So he has jumped in and given our entire alliance absolute beautiful, easy to follow guides, easily to know what you're doing. Everybody can read them. Everybody can see them. He explains virus resistance in a way that is easy, manageable, gives us the pictures, gives us everything. These are the kind of people that you need to surround yourself with. And these are the people that we luckily have surrounded ourselves with. To be able to have people like Envy and Divine that have already been through this and then also share this information and try to teach. If our alliance does not come through, it will be so disappointing in seeing the amount of care and love and effort that have gone into this by so many people to just be wasted, because there's no reason at all that anybody should fail or have questions about season 1 if they just follow the guides that he's created. So I just, that's my hats off to Envy. You know, I just want to thank him for doing that and show you guys that this is something that you should have, should absolutely be possible. You know, make sure that your alliance is ready before season 1, that they'll have these, that they have opportunities to read and study and get ready. And we're still 2 weeks out, so there's no reason that we can't be ready. There's no reason that we can't show up with what we need or what we have. Envy has made it possible. This is just absolutely where we're at for that. My plan was not to make this a big thankful video, but I'm going to do it anyway. So we picked up Balsa Salsa a couple of weeks ago, and he's somebody that I had talked to a number of times through the server, and people had just always turned me over to him because they said, dude, this guy is impressive. You got to see what he can do leadership wise, and the way he talks and in the way he organizes things. He's essentially the opposite of me in the fact that I get emotional, I get charged up, I make decisions based off of emotion, based off of moments, and he is just so organized and put together and looks at mental philosophies and looks at different ideas of leadership and how it goes, because it's actually something in his life that he loves to do. He was able to bring something from his life that he loves, and this is what makes this game so interesting, is that he loves to find out how people work. He loves to find out what makes them tick, what motivates them, because it's what he does in his daily life. He is, and I can share this because he's put this on Discord, so it's not a surprise, but if we take a look at Balsa here, he is somebody who, again, he's active duty Navy. He's a command master chief, serving command a little over 200 in Virginia. And so a lot of what he does and what he's doing right now is he's dealing with people. He's dealing with people in groups. He's dealing with big groups. He has a very structured mindset. He is, I mean, how else would I meet this guy? There's no way I would meet this guy except through this game. So he got his BS in health admin, and he started working on his PhD in organizational leadership. I mean, dude, what? This is a guy I've got on my team? Come on now. And this is something that is so cool because he has taken on the idea of building people up and how to invest in them and show them a better way that I never could have done. I relied on the idea of religion, cult status. Let's all use the same names and wear sneakers and spin around 2 times on a Tuesday, and then we'll all buy in. But he actually has some ideas that are really incredible, and they're being brought and shown here in our alliance that I have learned from and taken into my own life. So again, I might give this game a lot of crap about stuff, but the people that I've been surrounded with in this game and what I've learned and seen, I never would have had access to. I never would have had access to all these people from around the world. I've learned more about the Middle East, more about Japan. I've learned a ton about Turkey. All of these things, I had no idea. I had no idea that Ramadan was going to affect this game as much as it did. But it has totally affected this game. It shut down some servers. I mean, not fully shut down the servers, but I mean, there's nothing they could do. There's lucky there wasn't a server war today. And so it's just really, it's been incredible. This game has been incredible. Getting us ready for season 1 brings so many people back. And I think that, again, I think season 1 must be so exciting. I haven't gone through it, but it must be so exciting because of so many people that will buy or start new accounts or jump into different servers based on that and getting ready. So here we come. This is going to be nuts. Now, obviously, the other thing that you need going into season 1 is it is really helpful to have at least one sea mammal. And you can call them a whale, you can call them a dolphin, you can call them what they want. We have a shirk. That's what we have on ours. And shirk has been an absolute game changer for myself, but for the Alliance and just for the way that the server is looked upon. He has been somebody that's always willing to share his knowledge. I think I've seen him answer the same question probably 40 times about missiles and how to set up missiles. And I would say 35 out of the 40, the people still don't listen to him and get it wrong. But he has made, for myself, he's made the game so much fun because it is somebody that I can talk to, I can battle with, I can bounce theories off of. And again, as a leader, and this is why he had to take over me, he is not emotionally quick to charge. He's somebody that can lead people. He can stay calm. He can see the future. He doesn't get his feelings hurt and threaten everybody that he's going to burn things to the ground. That's something I might have done. And so the other thing that he also does, obviously, is he wins an arena. And you want to have and build your relationships in arena. Even if you're not in the top, you want to build your relationships around people that you are battling. The other thing that Shirk will always do, it doesn't matter what the number is. If I am 5 points above him, I'm going to come back and 10 minutes later, he's going to be above me. It doesn't matter how far above him I am in something. Like, I'm pretty positive that if I just get my 40 points and get up to 41, within about 30 minutes, he is going to be above me. I guarantee he's knocked me down just to get up there. But that is what you need. That's what I need on my team, is I need somebody who just does not want to lose. And that is Shirk. Shirk does not want to lose. And he doesn't need to just throw money at something. He actually studies it. He looks at it, because Shirk's numbers, 28, 28, 33, they are lower than some of the others if you do the actual math. But he can beat people. Like, he can beat the bigs because of his setups, because of his study. And you need that. You got to have that somewhere. If you want to learn something, man, find somebody who will share with you. And that's why I've brought up all of these people that I have, is because each one of these people that I've talked about has shared so much of their skill set and their time with me to make this game not only more enjoyable, but to really actually take a lot of these skills and see them applied to my everyday life. To be able to just understand how people work, how things manage, how to stay calm, how not to panic, how to talk to people and deal with people. And that's what this will bring. Now, I imagine during season 1 that will all fall apart. We're all going to hate each other, and we're going to wish that we never played this. And then we're all going to buy accounts in another, probably like in the 2000s server, so that we can all start over and do it right. And maybe that's what we end up doing. But that's what happened. So for today, and for what I wanted to really show you, is that while you're getting ready for season 1, you should be already working on and getting ideas in writing or having things like that. Because while you might have friends, when it comes down to needing to make alliances, you need to have an understanding that that's what you're going to do, or that that's what's going to be okay. This is always a good time right here. And And so in doing that, really, dude, that thing is blocked. Oh, there we go. You want to make sure that you have all of these things lined up. You want to make sure that you have communications. You want to make sure that you have a coordinator. You want to make sure that these people are in the right place. Because what was scary yesterday is when I showed that map that I showed you earlier, and it was just the blank sheet, and I showed that to 3 different alliance leaders. All 3 of them said, "What is that?" And we are 2 weeks away from season 1. And when they said, "What is that?" and they are an alliance leader, I was like, yeah, you're in trouble. You don't know why you're playing the game. So that's another thing, again, to keep in mind. Why people are playing, why they're out here. Season 1 is going to be intense. It's going to be something you need to be organized. You're going to need to keep your time with. You're going to need to make sure everything happens. And it's going to be something that you want to have great memories with and that you need to stay organized with. So let me take you to the last part here. So the last thing that you need more than anything for season 1 is you need an in-server alliance. And ours felt like it was a no-brainer with Core. We wanted to work with Core mainly because we've seen them all work together. They seem really united. The other advantage to having them is that they're opposite times or time zones with us. And so to set protection timers or anything else, it would be awesome to have an in-server alliance that is opposite time zones as us. Now, the other thing, though, that works against us is that when you have these translators and things are not clear, these answers that he's giving me right here are not the questions that I was asking him. So we need to figure out a better way to communicate back and forth. So if you have or have dealt with somebody that has needed to use the translator and you thought that they were saying something wrong or that they were saying something that might have been offensive or anything like that, I really do believe it's the translator. It's not the person. I've just had too many experiences in this game in dealing with the translator when I've actually talked to people and said, hey, this is what I'm trying to say. They're like, oh yeah, that's wrong. And they've had to come in and fix it. And all of a sudden things just work out smoothly. And so in getting ready for season 1, because this was a shock to me, I thought we had a little bit more time. I also thought that we had some other alliances, and I didn't realize that people had already put together pacts with entire servers. I like the alliance to alliance idea rather than server to server, to each their own. But you should make sure that you have those people ready to go with you, that they have an understanding of what your goals are, what it is that you want to work toward. Then make sure that you have somebody that is a consultant for you that has been through season 1 or that can act in your name. I mean, if Sister Valkyrie says that we make a deal, then we've made a deal. That will make everybody's life easier. You should have somebody that is seen as respected in the way that they fight or in the way that they deal with others. We have that in Shirk. We also have great leadership that take care of our people with Balsa and Envy. And so from the outside, it feels like while we were the cousin Oliver and being left out of all these things, I feel like we are in a really good spot. We are a strong alliance. We are like ready to go. We've got a good plan. We have guides. We have people that want to win. If we could hit the lottery, that would be great. And buy everybody bricks to get us all ahead, but we are not at that point. So this is my outlook of being excited about season 1 coming. This could all change by tomorrow or the next day. And I will record it daily, especially when we start into the season. I am going to record every day of things that go on, not just the arenas, because I have just not seen enough information out there to get me ready for all of the healing and everything else that's going to take place. So I'm going to do my best to do that throughout. Okay. So while we may be the cousin Olivers, we are going to step it up and we are going to accomplish our goals. Until next time, Commanders.